Hey, we should get to know each other better. Yeah, people say that like it's a good thing. It's not always a good thing. Sometimes you meet a person, they seem cool, but then you get to know them better. And it's like, oh shit, they seemed a lot cooler before I got to know them better. I think that's where I'm at with WayForward. First, I didn't think these guys could make a bad game. And then there was Explore the Dungeon. And then Danger the Ooze. And now Justice League Heroes, The Flash. Hey, let's get to know each other better. Who wants to do that? I'll tell you what else I don't want to do. Play this game, because playing this game sucks. And there's a distinction there too, because it's not like the game sucks. I mean, it's not good at all. It's not like it flat out sucks, it's just that playing it sucks. It's like typing up your homework. You know, you're pushing buttons, you're kind of bored. It's not like you want to do it, but you have to. If not, you get beat with a game comp. Actually, your teacher would get fired for that, thanks to the goddamn hippies. Anyway, the whole point of this game is that you can zoom between enemies real fast. Oh, isn't that wonderful? It's like a kind of auto-targeting system. Just press A, and the Flash runs over to the next bad guy. Then you get to throw the same punch over and over. And if the combat sounds dull, that's because the combat is dull. But I guess the whole targeting thing, the running around part, I guess that's supposed to be the fun part. That's supposed to be the hook. Because it's fast. Because it's the Flash. Listen, if you overthink it, this isn't gonna work at all. Boy, it's a good thing you can auto-target though, because walking up to the enemies manually is a freaking nightmare. Game's really picky about where you're standing. If you're not right on the spot, like to the pixel, you won't connect with the punch. And I say punch because you have freaking one. But that's the game though. Bounce between enemies, mash the punch button. Play one level, realize you have better things to do, like f***ing mop. I mean, I guess on a positive note, it's not like there's a lot of Flash games. So if you're really into the Flash, or even just DC Comics in general, and you don't mind beat-em-ups that are simple to a fault, I don't know, I guess you might find this okay. But just don't expect anything more than okay, despite what the reviews from 2006 might tell you. And that's another thing. I don't know why, but a lot of really average, really generic Game Boy Advance games got really positive reviews back then. What was that about? Were people just blown away by the hardware? I don't know, were standards lower for handhelds back then? Because I got news for you. This ain't no 7.2, internet. It's like 7.poo. I'll tell you this though, there were a lot of GBA games that went with, the really big sprites, which wasn't always the most practical choice for gameplay. This game takes the opposite approach. These sprites are really small, and the camera is zoomed further out. And I like that, you can see more of the level. And again, that isn't always the case with Game Boy games. And aesthetically, the game doesn't look bad either. The characters aren't very detailed, as they're very small, but they animate well, and the worlds look alright. And not terribly memorable, but given how boring the gameplay is, I'd expect way worse from the graphics and the music. This is at least par for the course on the GBA. It's not like the game doesn't try, though. You eventually get some new attacks. You can summon other superheroes to come and help you. Like, they basically swoop in, and they do this super crazy attack that damages everyone on the screen, and that's kind of cool. But I mean, it's just such minor stuff in the big picture that it doesn't really make much of a difference. You still spend 90% of the time just pressing punch. Drinking punch, that's cool. I love punch. Pressing punch, who cares? You die thirsty doing that. And I don't want to say I'd rather die than play this game. That would be harsh. But there's not much else I wouldn't rather do, I can tell you that. It's not bad, but it's so in the middle that they could do a show about it. The Flash in the middle. It would run for a couple years. Then the guy who played the dad would go on to do a really good show. That's Justice League Heroes The Flash. It's the game before other better games. It's also a blah game from WayForward, which I guess there are more of those than I thought. And that's really depressing to find out. Hey, thanks to our good pal Brooks from Grover Beach, California, for sending it to the show. He also wrote a letter that basically said, hey, I have this crap game for Derek to play. Hey, thanks, Grover. Maybe we should get to know each other better.